Okay, so I just stumbled across this issue with the HTML standard that really threw me off. It's about how it might actually make web security worse.
Wait, seriously? I always thought the HTML standard was just about improving things, not making them riskier. What's the deal?
Right? That's what I thought. Apparently, there are old security vulnerabilities that just sit there, ignored, because the standard keeps piling on new features.
Oh, wow. So you're saying that instead of simplifying things, they're adding more complexity that can lead to more security holes?
Exactly. It's like they're trying to patch a leaky boat while the water's still pouring in. Have you ever thought about how that affects developers?
For sure. If I'm developing something, I want a clear, maintainable code base, not a tangled mess of outdated standards. What a nightmare.
And get this, older browsers aren't just lagging behind. They can make sites behave unpredictably, which adds to the security headaches.
No way. So instead of being a simple tool, it's like a ticking time bomb? That's kind of scary.
Totally. Oh, and there's this whole aspect about browser developers feeling overwhelmed by the constant changes in standards.
That's wild. I can only imagine the pressure to keep up with all the new specs while also maintaining backward compatibility.
Right? And that leads to a cycle where some security issues just get swept under the rug because no one can focus on fixing them.
So we're risking our online safety to stay fashionable with the latest HTML trends. What a messed up situation.
Exactly, and it made me think, how often do we trade off security for flashy features in tech?
Oh, wow. Think about social media apps. They're constantly evolving to keep us engaged, but at what cost to our privacy and security?
That's the kicker. We're so excited about new features, we forget to check if they're safe. It's like shiny bait on a rusty hook.
Right, but what's the solution here? Can they really overhaul the HTML standard without starting over?
Well, they could prioritize simplifying the framework, focus on security first, then layer on features, like building a sturdy foundation before adding floors.
That makes sense. Safety should come first, and then we could innovate on top of that. But is that realistic?
Honestly, it might be challenging. You know how tech evolves, and everyone wants to be the next big thing. But what about coding practices?
True. It'd be great if coding communities pushed for cleaner coding standards and best practices that prioritize security.
Right? More focused education on the implications of code changes could go a long way. Developers deserve that.
Yeah. If they had better resources, it could help them anticipate the impact of HTML updates rather than just react.
Exactly. Like, think of it as learning to read the manual before you start the assembly. Those extra steps make for a robust build.
I love that analogy. But still, it sounds daunting. Will the web never find a balance between innovation and stability?
Honestly, that's the million-dollar question. But if we keep the conversation going, there's hope for a better approach.
Agreed. Maybe what we need is a community-driven push. What if developers collaborated more on these standards?
Now that's an interesting thought. Imagine collective problem-solving sessions to address the most pressing issues in real time.
Exactly, just like open source projects, but for web standards. It could help reduce the burden on core developers.
And it would bring fresh perspectives into the mix, bridging gaps between seasoned developers and newcomers.
Right, sharing knowledge is key. But it's kind of mind-blowing to think about how we're all in the same boat.
Totally. We're all navigating this web ecosystem together. It really makes you rethink your daily online habits.
For sure. So as we look ahead, I wonder how many other standards are quietly causing hidden dangers.
That's the real mystery, huh? Tech changes so fast, it'd be easy to overlook these underlying issues.
Exactly. But if we remain curious and critically engaged, we might just push for safer and smarter standards.
Yes, each small step can lead to major changes. And who knows what tomorrow's tech landscape will look like.
This was such a fascinating conversation. It really opens up a lot of questions about our digital future.
Right? And I'm left wondering what other tech standards we should be looking at next. The exploration never ends.